Chair, Senator Wetangula is grossly out of order to impute improper motive of my intentions. Chair, if there's a member in this house who sacrificed for other counties, and you know it, on what counties are getting, it has been me, even in the revenue formula, and I've been very clear. When Nairobi was getting 100 million, I stood with 18 counties. It's not about what Nairobi is getting. Mr. Speaker, on allocation of resources, I have the T-shirt, I can wear the T-shirt. But Mr. Speaker, allow me to go on. Mr. Speaker, on equality of the vote.
I'm going to allow you, Senator Sakaja, but avoid situations that will attract so many points of order. Because you are attracting these things yourselves.
Okay,
and
Chair,
when they ask, I cannot deny them.
Okay, Chair, let me say this.
Proceed.
Chair, I am making my point.
Okay.
Because, Mr. Speaker, I have a track record in this house. This house has answered. This house is a house of records. Senator of Kilifi, I stood with you and Kilifi was losing. It's not about who's gaining. On allocation of resources and equity, I am clear. But allocation of constituent equality of the vote are principled in Article 21 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And in our Constitution, I am clear that equality of the vote is even in our Constitution, we talk about 30% and 40%. I'll ask the lawyers who are sitting here. Look at Kacha versus Daggett in the US Supreme Court. A deviation of 0.7% was found to be too much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, my distinguished nephew, the Senator for Nairobi, is making very cogent but faulty arguments. Extremely faulty. Mr. Speaker, the issue I want to inform my distinguished nephew, the Senator for Nairobi, is this: that in delimiting and creating additional constituencies, whether the people of Marsabit qualify or not, whether the people of Mandera qualify or not, whether the people of Kitui qualify or not, the underlying principle and philosophy in this constitution is equity and fairness. Article 10. And you can find that in Article 10, that you'll end up giving Nairobi the constituencies, but here Marsabit, here Mandera, here others. What is even more important, Mr. Speaker, and that's why his arguments are faulty, even for us who support this constitution amendment, is that when you look at Article 89, I don't mind the information before I finish. Yes, you can inform the
Okay, no. Order, Senator. Order.
You know, Mr. Speaker, in law we have a doctrine called watching the watchers. And we can also have informing the informers. This is the growth in law and in debate. But I want to inform my distinguished nephew, Mr. Speaker, that when you look at Article 89, the delimitation of boundaries of constituencies, you have to take into account, for example, 89.5, geographical features and urban centers, community of interest, historical, economic, and cultural ties, means of communication, all this. Can you show us from your report, since you are in the committee, where these requirements were met before the 70 constituencies were fixed in the amendment? Because, don't be too agitated, my nephew. You know, there's a doctrine in English called being clever by half. It's very dangerous. I'm sorry, my nephew, I retract that. But the hyena told a stone, hata usiponijibu, umesikia. Mr. Speaker, my distinguished nephew must know that we know what he's saying, defending the constituencies given to Nairobi. He's taking a long cut. You can actually take a shortcut and say you support what is given to Nairobi and let others debate these issues.